what up, YouTube? It's Ra, and let me holler real quick. Don't be afraid of the fact that you lost your way. When you're going on your journey, that's part of the experience. Understand that you live and you learn. You're not going to find out who you are. You're not going to blossom into something great without wins and losses. Wins and losses are fundamental to finding out who you are and what you need to be and where you need to go. Maybe you thought you wanted to be a dancer. Maybe you thought you wanted to be a singer. Maybe you thought you wanted to make gaming content, but no, you want to make, cooking content. So it's like when you started making that type of content or started doing these things, or you started, taking classes to be a scientist, and you realize, dang, I don't want to be a scientist. I want to be, I want to be a plumber. You going into trying to be a scientist made you realize that you want to be a plumber. Now you're a plumber. Now you're happy and you blossom into who you wanted to be. So now you know. Maybe you thought you wanted to be a teacher, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that going into this thing and maybe falling flat, maybe losing, that opportunity, that loss of that opportunity projected you into another opportunity. So when you lost that one, and then you're like, oh, this sounds cool, I'm gonna go over here. And now you're like, wow, I wish I would have been doing this in the first place. But you having that loss led to your win. You live and you learn. So everyone's so focused on the loss, the fact that you lost. But what's fundamental is how you recover from the loss and how you deal with it, how you handle it. Even the greats lose. The people you look up to, they lost. The artists that you love, every album don't go crazy. Every athlete don't win every game, every Olympian, it's not a gold medal every time. So it's all like, look at how they handle it. Look at how they handle their losses, So they understood that this is part of the game, this is part of life, this is part of the journey. So don't put all that unnecessary pressure to yourself that doesn't need to be there. Understand that these wins and these losses are fundamental. It doesn't feel good losing, no. It's not going to feel good to lose, but that's part of the life. That's part of the journey. That's part of our success story. When we get our win, we stay humble because we know what it's like to lose. We know what it's like to feel down. We know what it's like to have our back against the wall, to have that pressure. So we understand that a win is precious. A win is sacred, because some people go their whole lives without getting a win, but everybody can win. Everybody can get a win, but it's about the difference is it's about a lot of people stay down after the first loss. They never got to the first one because they never tried to get it. They tried once, they failed, and they threw everything away. Now they're just coasting, and that doesn't have to be you. And it's not even about shaming those people, because we shouldn't, because it's easy to fall down that path, especially when there's a lot of people that have the mindset that you have to have everything in front of you to win, that you have to have all the tools to win. Everybody doesn't have all the tools to have a success. Everybody doesn't have the tutelage or the people around them to guide them into being the best version of themselves. Sometimes you have to learn through trial and error. You have to learn on your own. You're not gonna learn without experience. Everybody doesn't have that foundation. They have to create their own foundation. They have to water and plant their own seeds. And that may be you, and that's okay. You're going to get more out of it because you're hands-on. You're hands-on, and it's going to be easier for you to visualize the win. It's going to be easier to visualize what is coming to you. It's going to be easier for you to see it through, because it's been on you, me, myself, and I, the whole entire time. So you already know. You have your own way of doing things, and no one can tell you different, because you learned on the job. You didn't have, you get a job, you have to watch the videos. You have like someone spotting you and training you. You trained yourself, so you the smartest in the room, the toughest in the room, the strongest in the room, because while you was setting that foundation, you were the one that was doing it. You didn't have no crew. You didn't have no team. It was just you. And then now you're blossoming into something better. You're going to find your team. You're going to find your muse. You're going to find what makes you better. So you live and you learn. Wins and losses are fundamental. Don't get caught up in the loss. Why did the loss happen? What led up to the loss? Why did you lose? And everything isn't so black and white where it's a loss. Sometimes it's just you missed the mark. And that's okay. Beating yourself up isn't going to change anything, and it's not going to make anything better. So it's better that you get back up and just keep trying. It's easier said than done. But even if you're not 100%, it's better that you face it. Just keep going. You know, understand that you will be rewarded for trying. It's not it's time. It's not about being put together. You're not going to, people who are rewarded aren't going to be the ones that are put together. The damaged will win. The broken will win. The brokenhearted will win. The righteous will win. The people who are sad will win. The people who felt hopeless will win. That's why it's good that you're down right now. That means that your trajectory to go up will be even greater than the ones who are already up. They don't appreciate it, but you do, because you know a win is sacred. You know a win is precious. You know what you're destined for. You appreciate it more. Understand that. Good things are coming, and you will be rewarded for trying. You will be rewarded for trying, because even with the fact that you have nothing, the fact that you have nothing, the fact that you had less, and you're still trying, you're putting that in an atmosphere. You're putting that in an atmosphere. You will be rewarded. But hey, it's Rob. Like, comment, subscribe if you like it, if you're new. And you got this, homie. It's already yours.